Okay, guys, let's look at the effectiveness of this my scalping strategy. I have a lot of strategy, and this is goal strategy. So most of my community people know how to go about this strategy. Now, if you look at in the morning, I sent a signal for people to sell, and the advantage you have, of course, you have access to this strategy if you subscribe to Plan B Express Cash Flow Solution Club. Yearly subscription is just $150. That's not the only thing you have access to. You have access to a lot of things. Or if you are part of my Forest Inner Core group, so this setup is massive, massive. I have different pattern I use in taking entry to this strategy. You can have this form. Now, the most important aspect of this strategy is not these color things you are seeing there. Now, you can use it in combination of MACD, okay? Can use it in combination of MACD. Let me just go over here to do something for you guys to see. You can see how effective this strategy is. I want to show you. But never mind. I'm going to take off some of those things so that we can quickly, how I set it up and all of that. Yeah, so these combinations of strategy, and of course, if you do not have understanding of what we do in the markets, you may find it difficult. So what I've done videos and several videos on it, so you can combine it with a kind of momentum indicator. So you want to know how to use this. So you need to come into Felix Forest Inner Court. So you see all this line that drawn here, it's just a horizontal line. I draw it by myself. And I have all of those intervals. You see this interval to this interval. This is 500 pips on gold. This is 500 pips on gold. Can you see now? 500 pips on gold. So I now cut it down to 100 pips within this period. So this is 100, this is 100, this is 100, this is 100, this is 100. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not all. So I set it up any time frame, either daily time frame or any time frame. It doesn't matter what time frame you want to use. If it's 1 hour, if it's 4 hours, it doesn't matter what time frame you want to use. All right. That's the most important aspect you're seeing here. Now, see, I've dropped this candlestick, and so what I do after drawing this in a higher time frame, maybe 1 hour or 4 hours, it doesn't matter with time, just to make sure that I'm able to structure it. So in between this point is 100 pips. So once I'm targeting 100 pips, I buy from here. But there are other things we look at together in doing it. So now I go to lower time frame, perhaps 15 minutes or 5 minutes and all of that to set the structure. Now we sold down this morning. Many did not know that because I've taken profit down there, right? One hit stop loss and all of that because I was so busy. I've told you that what we're doing here is very superb. You can make so much money, right? You can make so much money without disturbing yourself unnecessarily. Now, after this, this is what I do. So profit target is usually in between to make 50 pips. 100 pips is from this line to this line. So I go to my, my trend line, okay? And then just draw a line. You'll see, I'll just show you a bit of the settings. You want to know how to plot this thing appropriately. You have to chat up with me. So I'm going to change this line into a different color. So those you in our ecosystem, you know how we do about this. These same things now, I think I have a trade that's running. Let me just show you. Coming. Let me just show you a trade that's running now. Just look at it. Yeah. Let's just sharing here. So, but when you are going to do, you don't have sentiment. Once they give you your profit, you collect it. You understand? That's one of the things I want you to know when you are going to be using it for scalping. So I have, look at it, $16. So that I entered. I didn't even enter on time. So I still have, Felix hack too that can give you proper entry, Felix hack on 1 minute, on 5 minutes, on 15 minutes, on 30 minutes, and all of that. So Felix hack will have given enough money. I'm going to show you raw as it is hot. So you don't need too much. You don't need full signal from people. Though if you are in our ecosystem, you still have access to signal, but can create a signal by yourself. Do you understand? So if I want to go there, so if I like now, I can just close up this. All right, because I was busy, I did not even look at what was going on because so this pullback. Now I'm going to show you something. So let me go to the platform to see. This will have been much money, maybe over $30 will have been made by now, but I'm going to show you something now. Let's quickly go back to the page. If this, because I don't want this to give me a loss because I really want to redirect. So 4212, something like that, because I'm sure it's going to hit my stop loss. 4212. I'm sure it's going to hit my stop loss because, yeah, it's going to hit my stop loss just to not to lose the money. So, but I want to go back down, show you how this play out and how this actually works. Okay, a number of people don't understand. When I tell you, don't give anybody your money for signal. There are so many ways of getting things done by yourself. Okay, so let's go back to the page. Let's share to the page. Then we'll go to the page. So you can see it probably must have stopped here. So I'm just trying to show you how effective this strategy is. So, but there are a little bit of, you need to understand, candlestick pattern and all of that. So I want to change this color to my normal color inside it. So I have some custom color that I created on it. So I pick this custom color, which align with my candlestick. Also, let me change, instead of this, my custom color, I'll probably just change to something not aligned with my candlestick. Right. Let's take this. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We sold down, but we expect it to go down. I'm not going to explain to you about why. If you want to know that, I think that was structured here. No, it was not here. That was structured here. So there was a fair value gap that it touches, and it bounced from that fair value gap. Now it's above the previous day high, and let us see what's going to happen. That means this must have turned to a breaker block. How do we see that? If I go into order of my, so this is now a breaker block. So that means if you return back to this breaker block, we're still looking for a buy. So it has turned to a breaker block, you understand? So these are different things altogether. So now let's go to our this stuff. So let's go. Now, so I just duplicate all of this one. So because I could bring some back. This is a powerful strategy. I'm going to explain to you just a bit of it. Then those of you in our ecosystem, it's your right to have it, okay? Those of you on Felix Forest, in Accord, you are in Plan B Express. If you're in Plan B Express, if you're in Plan B Express, Cash Flow Solution Club, you have free access to it. Okay, so now the setup is not difficult. We put you through how to do the setup and how to do the reading. So I've set up all of this other one that are integer of 100 interval, right? So now you just to scalp and scalp, you'll be making money. But while you're scalping, of course, you have an idea, because that's another level of teachings we give to our people. So let's go. You can see now. So all I do is that, what's the profit target? So let's come back here. What's the interval of this thing? 4170, so 4175. So I click here, okay, TP. So actually change it to red, TP equal to 4175.00. So I still go ahead to just align my lines so properly in the coordinate. 75.00. 75.00. You want to know how this is being plotted? Come into our training forum. So go here, do the same thing. TP. Okay, remember. So this is TP equal to 4185.00. Okay, I don't even need to put this point so that it won't take too much space. I already know. Okay, so there's a need for an adjustment so that it won't give me wrong output 5. So this one need to that 5. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm only doing this for so TP equal to 441, that's going to be 4195. You understand? So adjust the move. It's 0.00, 0.00. Okay, the same thing here. TP equal to, this is 05, 4205. So adjust the coordinate 05.00, 05.00. You're good. The same thing here. This is scalping, massive scalping, and I think it's worth it. 50 pips you'll be collecting. 50 pips you'll be collecting. 50 pips you'll be collecting. As simple as possible. Sadly, when the market get to a kind of confused state of place, quarter, this one will be 215, 4215. You check the coordinate, okay? Just to make it appropriate, 00. Okay. The same thing here, 00. Good. Okay, so there's a pie that I'm already seeing now. So, but let's finish what we're doing. TP go to 4225, I think so. Because this is 20, so 25. Just the coordinate 25.00, 5.00. There we go. The same thing here. That'll be 35. If you don't know how I'm getting all of this, so you have to ask question. And that's why you need to be part of this. So this is 44235. Then check the coordinate. I will stop at 45 because I want to see if there's going to be a trade. Okay, so let's go 5.00. Okay, so to this one now. Okay, yeah, 4245. Okay, So just type TP, go to, so just the coordinate. There we go, 0.005. Good. So now this is 15 minutes. So if it's 15 minutes, too bogus for me. Now, this what has happened is that this market will still sell off. You know that? There's a sweep of liquidity. If I go to my main structure, this is so because we're saying we're having a kind of breakout block here, but it's like the breakout block is not respected. Yeah, so you can see now this market buy up as much as possible here because of so many factors. Go back to my setup. Gold. It just mitigated totally the fair value gap. So you will know however this fair value gap. Okay. There's a fair value gap there. So working with this guy, return back to my 5 minute. So sometime you can see getting to this is a rejection up there at this A level. So you will have sold down. It makes more sense sometime to be on 3 minute. Okay. So when it's on 3 minutes, so all of this you take profit. Both at everywhere there's take profit, but it depends on where you're able to buy from. So you see, this is an entry here, and you could be targeting this, but when you see the kind of movement, because you are not, you put stop loss, but take profit, you see the movement properly, depending on how many position you enter. Maybe 0.01 in 3, 4, 5 places. So instead of using 0.5 or 0.05, maybe 0.1 in 5 places, depending on what's your account size. Okay. So let's watch and see what happened here because we are below the, okay. No, you can have 2 minutes in your chart. If I work with the 1 minute, you see now. So if we're going to have a breakout or not, I'll have to wait. Okay. So when I see that, I could go into my setup. Now we add this MACD to it to help you to find some crossing over. Look at it here. So while the market was doing what it was doing, you already knew that the market was giving you an expo. This is MACD. The same thing happened on RSI. So look at it here. That move up here. Look at it. Now, so this just to measure the momentum, the strength of the market, and all of that. So if I go back to my chart, so I'll probably be looking for a buy, but you want this, but this candle pattern didn't play out as I want. So let me go to my MT5, just show you another example. So my MT5, this ought to have stopped out nonsense. Okay, so let's see my MT5 code, 1 minute. It's trying to push back. If not, the push down was already, even if that's Felix. So it's already, I think on that was already there. So look at it. So I say when you are doing like 0.01, you can target. So I needed it to actually cross the it's on the line of the key level. So my entry is imperfect, or except we break out of. So I could just hold my phone and see what's going on when I'm able to break above that point. So you understand? So able to find a trade. So the entry was not a sweet one, right? And so most time when I'm using Felix hack, I target it to look at it from the sell to the buy. So sorry, now that new sell, that's what was happening, and I'm not entering. So you can see, can use Felix hack in combination with this 1 minute cap. So there are candle pattern that we need. Now it's at the resistance. It's able to break above the resistance, then you can have continue buy. Okay, it's wasting my time. It's at the resistance. Serious resistance. So if not, you could have seen the sell from up. That's below the, if you are checking on your own trading view, you will see the resistance so strong. So let's watch and see. So what I can now do now is just to put my stop losses in case if it's not going to play out, so that I will not be massively affected. So putting my stop loss at 4206 something. 4206. That's my stop loss. Now, this is the point. What I was doing is because I just had to. So you see that this Felix had to change from up. So you will have been in so much money. Let me measure from. So I'm going to be stop out because it rejected. If I take you back to the system, now you're going to see the rejection. So I was supposed to be selling. Let me share back. We're going to see it. So, and why you need so can you see? So can see that so my buy, so the way it's going, my buy is supposed to be here because selling from here to here is 50 pips, which is going to go down here. You go down here, break it, showing a sign of weakness, continue, I'll buy up. Then if you break above this, I'll add to my positions and all of that. This strategy is so effective that you'll be surprised the way at which you will be trading. You'll be trading surprisingly because and you'll be able to scalp with less fear. Okay? Now, if you look at the MACD, perhaps if it's going to return because the momentum is the momentum is adding up in growth initially, but like trying to reduce. So you can add it up to actually move with your psychological level. Now, you don't need to specifically have okay, but do you need to be aware? You need to be aware of trend of the market. So what's the overall trend of this market? It's an uptrend. So when the market is in an uptrend, when you buy, you always reserve one position to ride the market, but you still buy, sell. So imagine here. So you will have been able to sell from here. So this is a kind of candle confirmation. Then selling from here, back here, that would be 20 something pips. So back to this support, that would be 70 something pips. And then selling from here because it's an uptrend. Oh, so about 3 minutes make more sense. So 3 minutes make more sense because it allows you to read the candle properly. Be able to read the candle properly. Look at this, a rejection, this candle, then selling down to this point, 50 pips already done. So you can see that in 3 minutes, you see a very nice rejection. This is 3 minutes. All of them getting rejected there. Look at this, 3 minutes. So your stop loss will be above here. Then the market continues to travel. 1, 2, 3 positions, targeting 50 pips. So you can see how it actually played out. So market that were selling down got here, get supported. Look at it, massive one. And then this is actually our own entry. You wouldn't know why we entered here, another entry here. So those are my students who understand why we say this is our entry here, it's our entry here. All of this, now it's risk taker that could just, and that's like it gets working. But because of first, second touch, so the third one is buying all that, but we will have waited here. Multiple weeks, rejection, sell down, probably to this major one. The same thing here. So here, so this is a rejection. So, but you wouldn't know if you don't have a monitoring tool. Can you see now? Sell, boom, profit take. You see? Rejection, a point of interest. That's hit the take profit. So let's see, after hitting the take profit, if we are going to have a bounce, a crossover, we'll then find an entry. But you look at your MACD, momentum is shifting. So we go to 5 minutes. That may waste much time for you to, we may trade from major point to another major point. That's on that 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, you'll be trading from one major point to another major point. Okay. So sometime again, when you are trading with this, enter support below, resistance above that other stop loss. So let's go back to 3 minutes. I haven't delivered. We want to have a bounce. So this is a very, very powerful strategy that we use in taking the money from the table of gold. Let's take the money from the table of gold. I think this breaker block is going to be respected. So break above, return back above it, you'll be buying, but without look at your fair value gap. So the selling is still in charge. The selling is still in charge. Selling is still in charge. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. It's a very powerful strategy. Give you so much money while you patiently wait to just set up to play out. Thank you. Have a nice time.